Hi there, I'm FerrousNoise's cousin. Uh, Stannis Noise. Sure, whatever. And I've been living on Anachronia for quite some time. We got these dinosaurs here, right? Brought back from the past by a dragon sorcerer using the raw magics within an ancient artifact created by a god's egg. Needless to say, we can kill him. If it's alive and drops loot, we can kill it. Or steal from it. Or both. This one here, it's the easiest one to hunt. It's got wings, but don't you worry, they don't fly. Over here is a storage bin. See, the dinosaurs need to be lured with their favorite kind of food, so instead of going back and forth to your bank, you can keep a bunch of the raw meat and fish here. Sure, it gets a bit gamey after a while, probably not something you want to stand there for too long. I figured some of your mages over at that newfangled base camp would have set up some magical refrigerator or some such, but this is what you gotta deal with. Lucky for you, the food doesn't rot enough for it to be unusable. Dinos love it all the same. Conveniently, all the dinosaurs' natural habitats are populated with their most dangerous predator, a giant ballista. Why they stick around is anyone's guess, but don't look a gift unicorn in the mouth. We can fix up these ballista quite easily with resources in the area. Logs for the limbs and stock, vines for the string. It's just a giant crossbow really, and since we already got a bunch of wood lying around here, why, we can just make some massive spears as ammo. Now you'd think 3 massive shafts lodged in a dinosaur's aft end would be enough to put it down for the count, but you'd be woefully mistaken. You see all these froggies hopping around the place? Well, they wouldn't be there if they didn't have a use, would they? They're covered in a hemolytic toxin that induces muscle numbness, trouble breathing, dizziness, bowel implosion, and blood clots. But only when injected. When ingested, well, pop by my shack later tonight and I'll serve you a spread showing off what this stuff can really do as an ingredient. Ales, teas, bread, anything you add it to will have the taste and consistency of coagulated piss, but let me tell you, it's not the flavor you'll be wanting it for. Anyhow, there's 3 different kinds of poison, each causing more harm to the dino than the last. The weakest poison takes about a dozen spears to put down one of these beasts. The strongest, only 3, the middle is somewhere in between. Usually what I try to do is make one of each and see which one makes the gnarliest wound, which one seems to hurt them most. Apparently some of your bureaucrats at the base camp will hire poor bastards to remove one type of frog. How they know which one without fighting the dinosaur is beyond me, but it turns the hunt into a guessing game. A coin flip. Do 3 of a single frog because you have a 50% chance of it being the correct one and killing the dinosaur outright. It loses the challenge, but such is the nature of those obsessed with efficiency. Back in my day. So the dinosaur's dead. You could skin the bad boy and claim its meat and skin. You'll also find banknotes in their stomach if you're willing to do some digging through its guts. Plenty of adventurers don't know what they're doing and refuse to run when the dinosaur catches them. Silly folk, really. You can't fight these guys with your bare hands. Only with ballistas. I'm guessing they realize that when their lower half is halfway down the Rex's gullet. They can be tricky sometimes though, walking one way then spinning round and walking the other way. Sometimes these nasty Jadinko pests will pop up and lure the dinosaur straight to them. Can't resist the little guys. Not sure why. Pretty sure Jadinkos aren't meat, they're plants. Knew a guy that was way too into them. Name was Papa something. Had to cut off ties with him when he wanted me to start calling him daddy. Once you killed a few of these guys, they'll wisen up and go into hiding. Where do they go? I don't know. All I know is when they come back, they've adapted their biology, so the same color poisons might not work the second time around. Why they don't adapt to a habitat without ballista is a mystery I don't think anyone will solve. While you wait for these ones to come back out, you could take its meat to another one of the dinosaurs and hunt them. Some of the other dinosaurs, the bigger ones, the harder ones to hunt, they eat the littler dinosaurs. They like their meat, not fish. And those ones have meat that the bigger and scarier dinosaurs like to eat. The biggest of the bunch, well, that meat is reserved for the most dangerous game. It's me. I'm gonna eat them.